What's up, guys? CEO of One. What is going on? We got a fun little roof wash here today in this video. I hope you'll enjoy it. So as you can see, this roof has lots of Gleocapsomagma. Some people say Gloeocapsomagma. It's a bacteria. It's eating up the shingles. Well, the limestone in the shingles anyways. So what we're going to do is treat this roof today with 6% sodium hypochlorite. I like to rinse everything down real well before I switch on my soap because these plants and bushes don't want a 6% shot of bleach at all, especially first thing in the day. So I get everything nice and wet. That helps dilute everything if there's overspray. It's just a precautionary measure. You hate to get a call back from a customer because a plant that they've had for 20 years is dead or eaten up. It's just really silly. It's even sillier when you get a call back from a customer about a $4 plant you can go buy at Lowe's and replace, and they're in tears. Those are the fun ones. So this one here, we're going to rinse it all down, get everything ready. Funny story we'll tell you about this particular property in a later video. I can't get into it today because it gets complex, but just know that even with the beautiful roof and the job, this customer still had issues. So one of those problem customers that you immediately blacklist and say, look, I'll never work for this person again. They are crazy. Anyways, let's get it together, guys. What we're doing is we're shooting a 6% sodium hypochlorite up onto the roof. We're going to shoot a little bit of surfactant in there as well to help slow down the flow on the roof, make sure everything rinses nice and clean. It looks like this one's going to be a pretty fun one, and we are breaking out the P40 system today. Excellent. Let's get this thing flowing. So we got the P40 on. It does a great job. We got it not too long ago, but man, look at this. We're doing this huge roof, all sides of it with no ladder whatsoever. It's not too bad right here, but on the other side it gets pretty tall and pretty long. That's what she said. And we're going to clean it up nicely. As you can see, no problem getting sodium hypochlorite up here onto the ridge of this roof. And with our surfactant, it's slowly creeping down the roof. I do like to start on my edges and kind of get them coated pretty thick so that they run down a little faster, just so it minimizes the overspray. If you can hit the top edge and just let it kind of run down the edge, it works best. Like I said, when I get to the bottom here, you'll see I kind of throw a little bit on the edge, but again, slowly working my way down the roof, letting gravity do all the work as far as the chem is concerned. It's the best way to do it. It just makes sure that everything kind of goes nice and easily with no problems whatsoever. Looks like this is working out great here. Got a good flow on it. Anytime you do this and you don't use surfactant in your mix, your bleach is going to run off the roof really quickly because, especially because of the slope like this one. And you really want it to hang on and kill that bacteria as much as possible. And the longer it sits on there, the more chance you have of doing that. Now, if it's the third roof wash of the day and it's 90 degrees outside, the second you hit that roof with your bleach and surfactant spray, what's going to happen is it's going to evaporate really quick because that roof is hot and storing an awful lot of heat. So some days you got to go a little hotter. Some days you got to kind of try to do the roofs in the morning so they're not quite as hot. This is just going to depend on how you schedule things and what your schedule will allow you to do. If you are super busy, you're not going to be able to do it that well. You'll just have to kind of let things fall where they may. But if you guys are in your second or third year and you're just kind of getting a good lead flow, you can kind of do it differently and schedule your roofs early in the morning when it's not as hot. It's going to be a lot easier on you, provided you don't have to get on the roof, because anyone? Early in the morning, there's dew on your roof shingles, and that's going to make them super slippery, especially if they also have growth on them, or SH, which can get very slippery in and of itself. Oh yeah, back to the video. So we are spraying this roof down. It's working great. Look at this, man. P40. I've got the red gun on there, and just really, man, awesome. Hitting it at the top of the peak. That means it's running down the other side a little bit just as well, so I won't have to work as hard when I get around to the back of the house. But man, look at that. Absolute great flow. No issues. Nice and slow. Always ask the customer, when you see skylights like this, guys, ask them, are your skylights waterproof? Do they leak when it rains? Because we're not spraying high pressure on your house, but we are spraying some water and soap on your house, so That's a good question to ask ahead of time. You hate to find out later on that you've put 20 gallons of SH up above a skylight and it's slowly creeping down towards a hole in their roof that's attached to the skylight. So, you know, you don't want 6% bleach dripping in on someone's sofa or carpet. It would be an unfortunate mistake to make. So always ask ahead of time, check and see. This one's going pretty smooth, guys. We've only been spraying here for a couple of minutes. I mean, literally, and half of the front of the house is done. I did this video in real time, other than the setup and all that stuff, but you saw me water the plants, and you see me go directly into spraying just a couple minutes ago, and we are almost done with this side of the house. So one of the things I love most about cleaning exteriors is roof cleaning. When it's a roof that's like this, that's not too hard to shoot, it's not too dirty with green moss, it's just got the black on it, they clean up great, and you make a ton of money washing roofs. Like I said, you guys have seen this roof spray so far. We're about halfway done with this house. Just the roof job was, I'll tell you, $1,075 to spray this roof and make it look nice and new and get all the black off of it. We had to tape up the gutters with gutter bags. I don't have any footage of that. Next time I'll try to remember to get footage, but this $1,075, you know, you've seen how fast this has gone once we got everything set up. So you spray a roof like this and it takes you, 20 minutes to get everything set up, maybe an hour max to spray a roof this size and drag the hose around. You're looking at an hour and 30 minutes, you've made $1,000. It's hard to beat that kind of progress. I will say that comes with investment in equipment. Okay, our 12-volt system, it would take us a long time to spray this roof, two maybe 3 hours, and some poles and some ladders and some. So the P40 system with all the equipment, wires, everything, or not wires, hoses, everything to put it together, we invested maybe $4,500 to $5,000. And now when we do roofs, though, we can make that money back very rapidly. 4 or 5 roofs like this, and we're golden as far as getting our return on what we've invested in our equipment. However, and this is a tip for you guys out there starting out, when you buy new equipment like we did, when we did that big church job for $19K, we took that $5,000 out of that $19K. So we didn't have to save up money. We just, instead of paying ourselves the amount that we would have gotten paid for the job, we took that $19K, took $5,000 off the top, and then we paid ourselves, with the remainder on that. That way that money was just straight to equipment. And now we're making money with it. So with the P40 system, we've already made back that $4,500 we spent, what, 2 months ago, a month ago, something like that? Easily. So you got to invest in equipment, invest in the things that are going to help you succeed in your business, and make sure you're doing the things that are going to help minimize damage to the customer's house. Under these downspouts here, you have a little bit more black still. Any of the spots that are super thick, I treat them all twice if I need to. Usually on a roof like this that had that much black on it, we end up shooting it again. We did end up shooting just the front side and the, not this whole front, but just the left-hand side. Excuse me, guys, hiccups. But just the left-hand side there. So we did end up shooting a little bit more, but that's kind of commonplace when you're doing a really dirty roof. You do a lot for it. So let's say maybe we have 2 hours in the roof, if you count for the extra time. But what I'm doing now is going through and spraying all these plants with fresh water. I've let my bleach run for a minute to flush out my system, flush out my P40. There's no more bleach anywhere that there shouldn't be any bleach. And the good news with that, now I can re-rinse all these plants just to make sure they don't have any chem sitting on them. There wasn't any overspray. That's how you do it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Put your questions down in the comments, guys. Don't forget to hit like for me. Peace.